Alright guys, good morning. As you guys can see, we are at the gym. It is day number 1 of MPL Philippines. I didn't get much of anything really recorded at rehearsals, but that's fine. There wasn't much that I could really do anyway. We waited around a lot, but I hope you guys are excited for the season. Like I was saying before, there's going to be a lot of like changes and some new stuff happening too. The news went out, of course, that Chantel won't be joining us for this season. So, that was a shock, I think, for a lot of people, really. And honestly, one of the main things is, people are gonna, choose what's best for them. And I think we all kind of need to remember that. Chantel gave so much of her time and years to MPL for 7 years, I think it was. She's a great friend of mine, still is, and I wish her nothing but the best. Of course, the league and everybody's gonna miss her, but ultimately she is choosing what's best for her, and all we can do is wish her luck moving forward, and wish her nothing but happiness and joy wherever she ends up. So. Aside from that, again, we're kicking it off week 1 here for season 16. It's going to be the We Bear Bros to open it up on day 1, of course. And we're really excited to go ahead and showcase what we have in store for this season. Wolf is also coming back. So Wolf is back for this. And I think you guys saw that from the talent roster reveal. So Wolf is back. He's going to have some interesting things going on, interesting concepts. That I think are included in the show this time, so that's going to be really fun to see. I don't know how they're going to completely put that in yet, but I know he has a special segment, and he's going to be on the casting desk too, so I'm not sure if I get to cast with him, but we'll see. But we're going to get this workout in. We are currently at a Fitness First in Makati. This is that gym. I get to work out here once in a while, so aside from my main branch. So I'll be showing you guys a little bit of that. We're going to hit arms today. It is raining like hell, by the way. So woke up pretty early, get this workout in, and then we head on or over to the venue. I'll be at the venue a little bit earlier today, too, because I'll be anchoring today for day 1. And I got to prep the storylines and go through the content brief and everything else like that. So let's go warm up. The gym area, or the weights area, you guys can see it. So that first area was cardio slash CrossFit type shit. This is the free weights area. This is pretty cool because they've got 2 platforms here. So at my gym, they only have 1. They got 2 platforms here. They have a freaking hip thrust machine, dude. That helps so much because you don't actually have to set it up. And then they got these other cool machines. That I haven't really seen at other branches, like this one even right here. This is all Matrix equipment, by the way. So pretty cool. Also, just having 2 platforms in general is really nice.
Good thing.
Amba.
Kasi meron.
Keep the assassin. Pero saan, maybe I should have kept the Amba.
Yeah.
Hindi rin eh. Yo, pinadali ko.
Yeah, focus. Kasi yung knock tong dark wave. Mananakap yung pero yung point heights sila.
Hello!
Uy, may bibigay kami sa talent ka.
Alin?
It's an upgrade? Why? Understand. Roll up and disrupt your fellow guys. What is this book on there? What did they focus on? If you look at fans, would they do that?
Pick up their mid lane here too. A lot of XP lane options still up there. They go. Whoa! Wow! Throw it out the window. Literally no catering upstairs.
Pinuntahan ko yung head ng catering.
Huh?
Pinuntahan ko yung head ng catering. Then, when I go up, like, it's only kitchen.
All right, what's up, guys? It's day 2 of the MPL right now. I'm actually watching it. I'm at home. I'm still at my parents' house. It's Rockhart, Brigida, and Renmar casting, I think, right now. But yeah, we're off today. We'll be back on the desk tomorrow. As you guys saw some of the snippets from day 1. And yeah, I would say, there's some rough things that we can work out here and there for MPL Philippines, but that's always the case on week 1, I would say. But I'm just chilling. I'm still at my parents' house, like I said, and I had to pick these up. If you guys know what this is Pan de Coco and a Bavarian donut from a local bakery. I used to get this all the time during college, so I always have a little nostalgia when I come back to my parents' house. This is where I kind of spent most of my years in the Philippines. And when I was in college, this is where I was at. So got some of that. It's like 8 pesos and 10 pesos or something like that. And I got some coffee. We're going to eat these because I'm about to work out and I need some quick acting carbs. So I'm going to do that. We're going to watch this game. It's about to be Team Falcons and Twisted. So good luck to them. And we still have the 3rd match later on. So we'll see ya. Good morning, guys. It is Sunday, so it's day number 3 of week 1 of MPL. It's like 8-ish in the morning, and I'm going to go get some cardio in. Last day on the rowing machine, because we'll be heading back to my place after MPL. So, yeah, we're going to get a workout in, and then we'll head over to MPL today. You guys want to see how the cut is going? Oh my god, there it is right there. Where's the floor? Look at the floor. You see that? See all that? We just did 40 minutes. Yeah, 40 minutes of biking. I'm sweaty as hell, as you guys can see. And there's no aircon, no fan in here. That's basically how I like to work out, but yeah, cut's going strong. We gotta weigh in tomorrow, actually. We gotta weigh in tomorrow. So we're gonna weigh in tomorrow. We should be under 115 kilos, hopefully. Otherwise we'll have to recalibrate. So had a couple cheat days, but nothing too crazy. Anyway, gotta wipe this stuff down, and then we gotta get ready to head over to the venue for MPL. All right, guys, day number 3, week 1 is just about over. It's going to be me on desk alongside Leo and Brigida. Brigida's over there. So first match, I already put out my predictions earlier. Whoa, did they increase the timer? Oh, they increased the timer. All right, well, I guess we got a little bit more time, so we'll be seeing you guys soon. I think this first one's going to be, I put it out there, I think it was going to be a 3-game series. I think Twisted Minds wins, though, and then later on we have TL PH versus TNC. That'll be a good test for them, but I think TL PH wins that 2-0. So see if we're right by the end of this. But yeah, let's get to day 3 and round out week 1. By the way, guys, from the caster desk, this is what it basically looks like. I know you guys have seen this before, but this is what it looks like on our desk. So I've got my Infinix tablet here. Infinix, shout out to Infinix, thank you so much. Of course, we got the monitor. Got these bright ass lights, dude. Our little monitor over there, and then our prompter, and that's what I basically read off of as the anchor. And then we got Leo's stuff, and Brigitte has her laptop over there. So let's go.
Aqua and Shizu. There's a lot of farm that they need to get on the lineup. I don't know if that's safe to run up against a team fighting team like
See you next week.
Bye next week.
Alex is taking the tier 2 down now. Zayna still secured. Finish right, not gonna save Daddy JP. 3-1
Oh, no.
total menace. Sending back 4 members. Oh, the arena doesn't know what's going on.
The winter crown and everything else that was switched on forward.
What is up, guys? Welcome to our first and official MPL Philippines Season 16 recap video. Now, this will either be before the vlog clips or after it. Not sure where I'm going to put it just yet when I edit it, but yeah, we're going to talk about the MPL Philippines Week 1 for Season 16. By the way, just a little disclaimer to throw out there. A lot of us, I feel like, have been either affected by the weather or just the opening week. Feeling a little drained, so I'm going to do the best I can here. Also, on day 1, if you guys see from the vlog, like day 1, I had just had this massive migraine for some reason. So I had to push through that. And the rest of the week, just to throw it out there as well, the rest of the week I will be casting online for ISF. The Asia qualifiers going on right now. I think they've already started. I think it's officially on day 2, if I remember right. But we'll be casting it for the rest of the week. So if you guys want to look for more of me casting, we'll be casting for the ISF Asia qualifiers for the rest of the week. Leading into the MPL Philippines, I'll be casting Saturday and Sunday, and then I've got to shoot like September 1st to 3rd, I believe it is. So very busy days ahead. So I'm trying to stay up on my vitamins, minerals, and staying healthy, right? Anyway, this opening week was pretty damn good. I'm going to say that. Already, the best thing I can say from this week alone, from week 1, would be that I think we're on the road to having the most competitive season so far. I know I said that last season, which it was a really good season, but I think this one's even going to be different. Like, some of the quote-unquote weaker teams that we had last season have started on a strong foot after week 1. So let's go ahead and talk about it, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So in case you missed it, just like last season's recaps, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys this. Of course, for week 1, we opened up with Omega versus TNC. This was a fun match. Before that, though, I do want to just go ahead and mention that our main narrative focus for this was really like the eras of the league, like the different eras that we've had of the league, the players, the teams, and everything like that. Because now we're at this point, guys, where like the era is changing, where, you know, we have some of these long stand players, but now we're also getting more and more new players into the league. Now, for example, even if you look at AP Bren, where they were complete rookies last season, and they really struggled, like now they're in their like sophomore year, right? And we also have other players, for example, from like Twisted Minds, who were MDL champions before under Onyx 9 Lives, and now they're here in the MPL. So there's a lot of this kind of like story and narrative behind that kind of different era of players, also a different era of the Philippines, and just where we are currently developing as a professional league with all our teams and everything else, right? And a lot of things have changed. I mean, as you guys saw too within the vlog, before I talk about this real quick, you know, Wolf is back. Wolf is got his little segment, The Howl, where he does the keys to victory and he gives some of his analytical insights. He is still casting, so he is on the casting desk as well. And then, of course, we said goodbye to our beloved Atemo Chantel. Chantel has left the MPL Philippines, and, you know, she's off to wherever she sees fit. I don't really have any information about that, guys. So I just sent a message to Chantel and I wished her well. I wish her luck we went through the same caster search back in 2021, and we've become good friends over that period of time. And I just wish her nothing but the best. Right? That's all I'm going to say about that. So moving forward to the matches here, pretty standard things, I think, in day one. Omega goes 3 games against TNC. This was pretty surprising, I would say, for Omega, but it might look like a new Omega that we're seeing, and TNC seems to be struggling, even with, what they've brought to TNC now. And it's like TNC is like this old, kind of like the old combination of what they had in the past from Execration days, with Benny Cutie, Chaknu there, and then of course Etu Max. So, and then Hito is there as well. So they had a good 3-game series, but TNC lost it there. Falcons sweeping Aurora. I think this was kind of a surprise. I think some people, myself included, expected Aurora to be a little bit better, especially now that Light is back here with Demon Kite, and we've talked about the Kite brothers all season, last season. But maybe again, it was just some adjustments that they had to be made. This was only Rora's only game too. So unfortunately for them, they only had that one game. So we'll have to see how they do in week 2, to really kind of like calibrate how they are. I think that's the other thing I want to mention. Like week 1 is just, it's like kind of a weird week because it's a get the feeling of everything, not just for the players, for the production, ourselves, even as casters, and we start to settle in like week 2, week 3, week 4, right? Moving on to day 2, I was not casting this day. AP Brand 2-1s Omega. I think this is when a lot of people were like, all right, AP Brand is going to be a force to be reckoned with this season. So Omega faces that loss. We have Falcons and Twisted Minds. I think this was one of the bigger surprises of the weekend, where Twisted Minds 2-0s Team Falcons. Mind you, Flap isn't playing here. Ferds is. But Twisted Minds just looks really good. It's funny because it's Onyx 9 lives from MDL, but then you throw in MP the King, and the playstyle just seems to be working. Like, a lot of people question the synergy with MP the King and the other boys from 9 lives, and so far, even if MP plays heroes that he kind of can just do his own thing, the other 4 know each other so well that they just make it work. And I think we see that synergy continue to build up throughout the season, because you can see here later on too, like Twisted Minds beats AP Brand, right? And they're at the top of the standing. So very surprising here, sweep against Team Falcons. This one, Onyx Philippines and TLPH, I feel like is a match that everybody really wanted to watch, just because, again, this is, our MSC champs, TLPH, our previous champions of Season 15 versus Onyx Philippines, the current M6 world champions. So this is always going to be a good match, but it was a sweep. I think this surprised people in general that it was a sweep, and game 1 was relatively quick too, to say the least. And this had some absolute cinema gameplay, especially from King Kong, game 2, and the game-winning arrow. Well, it was one of the game-winning moments where Super Friends was able to get an arrow on Carl Teasy around the Lord Pit. And if I could recommend you guys to watch a game, it would definitely be day 2's game versus Onyx Philippines versus TLPH, because this really wasn't the, like, even though it was a sweep, TLPH was still doing pretty good. Like, there were some moments where like they lost themselves the game, right? Moving on to day 3, doing this a little bit quick today, just because we gotta get some stuff done. Day 3 here, Twisted Minds 2-1s AP Bren. I think this was also a surprise. I predicted this correctly, by the way. I predicted these correctly. I went 3 games for the first match and sweep for TLPH in the second match. I don't really predict much, but this time I got it right. And game 3 was actually rather quick. But I think overall, if you look at this, like, Twisted Minds, still rather impressive. They're one of the few teams that makes Kagura work, which is a surprise that they're able to go ahead and do that. And of course, they still play really well around MP, being pretty aggressive in the jungle. He brought out the Roger, by the way. That didn't work so well. So this lineup that they tried in game 2 just didn't work. But I think nonetheless, Twisted Minds is really impressive, and they're going to be a definite team to consider for just the run of the season, I feel like. Let's see if they can keep the momentum going, because that's the question we asked the community before. Like, are they going to be the team to run with the momentum, or would it be AP Brand? And Twisted Minds seems to be the ones to do that. Now, lastly, TLPH gets their sweep. They get their, after being swept by Onic, they go and sweep TNC. This, for me personally, guys, I thought this was going to be a 3-game series. I'll put the clip in here of Benny Cutie backdoor, like, it's not really backdoor, but he like went for the push, like we've seen Benny Cutie do so many times before. But it was a great read from Team Liquid to defend that. I think that was one of the highlight moments as well. Just this game 2 almost win for TNC to take it to game 3. This would have been great for TNC though if they could have gotten at least the game, because now they're sitting at 0-2. So we go ahead and we look at the standings right here. As you guys can see, Twisted Minds up here at the top at 2-0. That's, I think, the biggest surprise for a lot of people. I don't know if I didn't see many people's preseason rankings or anything like that, but at least from myself, speaking from my own opinion, I did not expect to see Twisted Minds at the top. I know it's only week 1, but very impressive for Twisted Minds. And of course, you have Aurora and TNC Pro Team down at the bottom. This is going to be, they're going to have to really show us what they have in week 2 for sure. And then, of course, a whole lot of 1-1s here for matches for the rest. So I think, again, it's really early. I don't want to go too into detail about breaking this down. It's mainly just to go ahead and give you guys that update and showcase what were some of the amazing matches that we got to see, or some of the amazing plays that we got to see. So yeah, overall, that is week 1. I think week 2 will be great. Like I said, I'll be casting on day 2 and day 3. And this will be fun because, again, I get to cast the 2 Twisted Minds games. We'll see if they continue that on, and maybe TNC gets their first win against the other bird, the Team Falcons, right? This is going to be an ultimate test too for Twisted Minds, and they mentioned that they want to put themselves to the test, so they're going to get to do that against TLPH, and I think that'll be really fun. So let me bring it back for you guys. Boom. So that is going to end it here. I just wanted to get this video out. I included the vlog alongside the little recap here. That might be something that I do for the rest of this season. Just because we have a lot of little quirky, fun moments, of course, for every week that we have MPL. Plus, again, my kind of like the gym fitness stuff that's being thrown in there. And I've got some other projects coming up that I'll include in some vlogs in the future. So that's going to do it for now, guys. I think this is about 20 minutes plus with the vlogs, so that's about where we want to be. Thank you guys so much for, again, checking out the channel, subscribing, liking, and also your comments. If you guys can put down your comments below on what you thought about week 1, I'd love to hear them. I know there was a lot of surprises, and yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video.